Ant-Man. So, new marvelous movie opening today. It opened a couple days ago, but it's the 18th, and we're taking a break from Shout Factory and Famous Monsters Godzilla Marathon,
we had to tear Godzilla away from the computer in order to be able to do this,
which was a real bummer. But we were having fun. That was fun, but I'm really looking forward to this movie. I'm really excited for it.
I was looking forward to it before you were looking forward to it. I'm such a movie hipster.
Oh, excuse me.
I was actually looking forward to it before most of the...
I'm always excited for the Marvel movies, though. I like... Here's the thing. I like Ant-Man. I have problems with Hank Pym, but I like the Ant-Man character. I like that hero
He's a very
persona.
Necessary character for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And I'm really excited.
And while I don't like Wasp, she is too.
Oh man, he's missing out, man. Wasp is awesome. Waspum, if you will.
I'll take a Kamala Khan movie any day.
I don't know when we're getting that. I don't know. Anyway, this movie I'm excited for. I know Paul Rudd. I've seen him in a couple things. Michael Douglas is good in the things I've seen him in. Don't know Evangeline Lilly at all. Never seen her in anything.
She likes Ant-Man.
Yeah, she did some research. So now she likes the character as she should.
She agrees with us. He's important.
I'm looking forward to these trailers. Don't look like this is going to be like a big world shaking thing. This might be a more small story, and I can kind of live with that.
Small story?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be. The world is in danger. This is a bit more, I don't know, I can deal with something a little bit more character focused, and it looks like that's what we're getting.
That's good.
Anything you're looking forward to?
I honestly think ants are adorable.
Up close, they kind of are. Most of it looks like
their behavior is adorable too.
Most of the movie is going to be up close.
Dude, if you don't have an infestation of them in your house, they're really freaking cute. The ones that bite aren't so friendly.
Yeah, they're ants who bite, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing. I've actually heard a review from ant biologists who said that this is a really good movie. Partly because it portrayed ants in a positive light, and because they look like ants.
Positive life that aren't ants' life.
Well, that was
Seven Samurai.
You got A Bug's Life and Ants mixed up. Those are two movies. Those are two movies that came out the same year. Yeah, the difference is that A Bug's Life is a Disney remake of Seven Samurai, and Ants is
the main character. That's what I meant to say.
And Ants is a children's movie where the main ant is played by a terrible person. So,
Pardon my slip up.
It's like a reasonable slip up. It's like, because they were like the same. It was the same kind of premise. They came out the same freaking year. It's just one of them is memorable and the other one really isn't.
So I was explaining to you that yesterday that ants like vibration and smell.
I learned so much about ants just talking to you at a Culver's. It's not even funny. So yeah, we're going.
I have a fascination with living things. Okay, so our other ending to the pre-part is just too weird.
So that, on a much less dark note, I guess you'll find out how we're feeling after the movie. So we'll see you in a few seconds for you and probably a couple hours for us.
Ant-Man! If you haven't watched the movie yet, turn it off right now.
Go do it.
Go watch this movie. You won't regret it. We'll wait.
We're not going to wait the full 2 hours
for
you to go see. That's the thing. First thing I want to say about this movie.
It's short.
Other than is it good? Yeah, it's short. Okay, by old movie standards, some people might say that it's long because it's about exactly 2 hours. But compared to how many Marvel movies have been like 2.5 hours recently, yeah, it's nice and short. It's just under 2 hours. Okay, good start. I know that's a weird starting point, but for me, it's a good one. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed Ant-Man.
That's an understatement.
I
was right.
You were right. There were a lot of naysayers for this movie going in.
I actually called that it was going to be awesome when we saw the 1-second preview last year before the preview of Captain America.
Of Winter Soldier, yeah. Yeah, when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did that special.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleasantly, like, I went in thinking this was going to be good. I honestly did. Even though it's a director whose track record is basically nothing good. That has changed as of today. Or rather, as of when he made this movie. It's an excellent movie. I'd love to know how much of Edgar Wright's script was what we saw, but, we'll never know that.
What I will say is that I'm pretty sure there are going to be people demanding ant plushies for their little children.
Good God. Ants have never been so cute.
Ants have always been that cute. People just say otherwise.
You see them that big. I don't know. Ants are so weird.
That's
Good God.
one ugly dog.
The comedy was dead on. Performances were really good all around.
I generally don't like things that are purposefully funny. But it had my favorite kind of humor in it.
The incidental, the you're not trying too hard kind of humor? Whoa.
The dry humor.
There was a lot
Paul Rudd was very dry throughout the whole thing, and it was beautiful.
There was some really good slapstick. The action sequences stayed very They weren't just fast-paced and fun, they were also funny, which was welcome.
And child-friendly.
Yeah, there's as far as Marvel things that would... It's so weird going back to a Marvel movie that I wouldn't be horrified to take a child to. I mean, there's a couple of uses of... there's your usual bad language that you get in these movies sometimes, but, I mean, we've been watching Daredevil because we're catching up. We hadn't really watched... And, that's been so shockingly violent. It's kind of nice to watch a Marvel thing that isn't...
Where the amount of blood was about as minimal as in Mars Daybreak. Comparatively.
Thank you for that example that so many people can relate to.
Yep.
Wow.
If you can find it, go get it.
I'm trying to figure out where to start for just things I really enjoyed. I liked the main character a lot.
He was great.
I liked Scott Lang.
He was surprisingly relatable.
I liked the thing with his daughter. I thought that was interesting.
I liked the Robin Hood complex.
That was cool.
I liked the bunny.
That was hilarious. And it was Tom Kenny.
It's so ugly! I love it!
And it was voiced by Tom Kenny.
Who's Tom Kenny?
He was, most people know him as SpongeBob. He's my second favorite Starscream ever. Yeah, really good actor. He's an astoundingly good actor.
Huh.
Yeah, don't downplay him just because of his most popular roles, because, he is fantastic in everything he's in. So that was a nice bit part for him. The thing with his daughter was really interesting. Speaking of which, I loved Hank Pym. I don't normally... Okay, I take that back.
I recognize the actor and his voice. His voice is what threw me out in that I knew who he was, but I still don't know what I know him from.
I take that back. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I like Hank Pym. And then this, I like Hank Pym. These are two things where I actually like Hank. He really worked in this. He was the old mentor hero. He was at one point the Ant-Man, but we really don't see much of that in this movie.
It's the only Wasp I'm excited for.
Yeah, the Evangeline Lilly, the Wasp, which unfortunately we did not get her as Wasp proper. That was kind of disappointing.
But you did get the correct paneling on the suit.
I would like the colors to be. I would prefer the
yellow or at least orange.
The yellow or orange. But then again, I guess her original comic book self was a red costume, so I guess that makes sense. But whatever. It was still Evangeline Lilly was great, by the way. She was badass. She was very, again with the dry humor. She was very funny.
Mean left hook runs in the family.
A lot of people said they were underwhelmed by the bad guy in this. I actually kind of liked him. I thought he worked. I thought he was a better villain than Ultron.
He was a few shades less insane than Kevin Spacey Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Which made me happy because I can deal with more Kevin Spacey Lex Luthor.
He was. I actually liked the bad guy. I thought he was pretty cool.
Hydra's back again.
Yeah, I got a nice appearance by Hydra. That was welcome. Speaking of appearances that were welcome, Anthony Mackie. We now know why there was so little Falcon in Avengers 2. They were filming this at the same time. We got a fantastic Ant-Man versus Falcon scene.
May I?
Go for it.
Falcon Key! I had to.
That fight was really good. That was really entertaining.
It's been since Pacific Rim since I've had a movie where I was sitting and tapping my feet on the floor like a little kid, and like just like the scene with Otachi, I at the one point at the movie,
there were a lot of
when people see it, they'll know what it is.
There were a lot of really good payoffs. Even the stuff that I saw coming, it still was exciting and really fun when it happened. They had just the right amount of energy. Everything really came off, I think, perfectly. Oh, also,
the pacing was really good.
Oh yeah, the pacing was tight as hell.
The pacing was amazing. It's just under 2 hours, but you can't tell when you watch it.
Yeah, when I looked at, there was a point in the theater where I looked at my watch and I'm like, how long has it been going? Like, I mean, things have been happening.
We didn't even get to the train scene, and we're like,
things have been happening so fast, and I look, and I'm already an hour and a half into the movie. I'm like, no way. I'm having a lot of fun. I didn't even notice. Really good.
The movie seems a lot longer than it actually is, in a good way.
Yeah, like it's there. It both feels like
you have a lot of action intercut with brilliant comedy.
A lot of great character scenes. A lot of great there, even the setup for like later Marvel things, in this one it felt natural as opposed to, again, I hate to keep picking on Age of Ultron, but Age of Ultron, everything felt so shoehorned in. And then you get to this and it's like, oh.
Okay, let me do my Avengers Age of Ultron reference. So, that enemy, I hear he uses Ultra Duster. Have you seen the Ultra Duster?
Yeah, like, we're just gonna derail the plot completely. No, like, okay, Hydra, that makes sense.
He is now a main character.
For this one scene. We're never gonna talk about him again. Or if he's not dead, he's just in a scene, and then we'll pick him up in Black Panther, I guess. You know, we don't have that in this movie. There's setup, characters show up for a reason. The Falcon being there makes perfect sense. And the way that it's going to lead into the next movie is going to hurt me very badly. I don't want to go into that too much. Oh, Haley.
Read the Captain America tie-in for Civil War.
Oh, hey, Haley Atwell's in this.
She was adorable.
She rocking the old lady look again, but yeah, Haley Atwell. Older woman, excuse me. Haley Atwell continues to be an international treasure. And her one little bit in this was still really good, along with Howard Stark, of course. It was kind of cool to find...
Being a BAMF runs in the family.
It was cool to find out that she was, like, S.H.I.E.L.D.
Through and through.
Through and through, like, up through 80, like, at the late 80s, early 90s. That...
At least.
Like, it seems safe to assume she only stopped coming into the office, like, maybe 10, 20 years ago. That's devotion. I love the character of Agent Carter. I love the way Haley Atwell portrays her. Good to see her again. A+. Oh, wow, we have so much good to talk about in this movie. Oh, the shrinking effect. It reminded me of the old Filmation. Filmation did a lot of DC cartoons.
Filmation's Adam.
Yeah, Filmation did a lot of DC cartoons. Most of them sucked, but the Atom cartoons
Really fun.
are really good. Yeah, and
you can go to like any store and buy them for like $5.
the Atom cartoons are really good, and you get that feeling from this. That crazy topsy-turvy, shrinking, but still strong. Whoa, what they did with the shrinking was interesting. I can understand why those ant biologists liked the movie so much, because the ants were just great.
To be fair, I will point out that the only time, like, Hank Pym did not refer to the ants by gender.
Yeah, he did. He called one a he. Pretty sure he did.
I don't believe he did.
I think he did.
If he did, then he missed it, and it was Anthony.
It was Anthony.
Otherwise,
Anthony's the only one they do refer to by gender.
Yeah. Otherwise, Scott Lang is the only person who referred to any of the ants as he incorrectly.
And Scott wouldn't know any better, so that makes
He wouldn't
sense.
know any better. I mean, what does he know about ants other than the fact that they're really cute?
Yeah,
They're cute and cuddly and make good house pets.
The ants kind of stole the scenes they were in. They were so great. Oh, the costume. Another positive. The Ant-Man costume is awesome. I know you've seen it in the trailer, but it's still awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they really figured out how to transform the comic book version.
The bad guy's costume was cool too.
It was very. I don't know if it's very
cool,
true to the comic Yellow Jacket,
it actually left room open for a redevelopment of Yellow Jacket.
Or perhaps they left that open. Not to mention it looked a lot like the Iron Spider from Civil War comics, so that was...
Which is probably going to be pulled into play, because
they got Spider-Man.
Doesn't...
Stark doesn't learn.
No.
For a scientist, he doesn't learn very well.
We got our first reference to Spider-Man in the cinematic universe.
Yeah, we got it. That was welcome.
Very small.
I liked it, though.
Reference. It's
okay
one of
with
those
it,
references that if you didn't know it was there, or to look for it, you wouldn't have known.
But again, it was a good
We got a guy who climbs walls.
Yeah, it was a good Easter egg.
That was it. That was all they referenced.
It wasn't, like, really shoehorned in. It still worked. I liked that.
Like Ultra Duster.
Like Ultra Duster. Always shoehorned in. So, is there anything else that you thought was really positive about this movie?
You know...
Because there's a lot.
I think it was a very family positive movie.
Yeah.
And it was very family positive in a way that the other Marvel Universe movies haven't been family positive.
Or haven't been able to be.
Yeah. It's nice seeing someone fix a broken relationship like that.
I loved the fact that when he is able to rekindle his relationship with his daughter, it's not by shoving his ex-wife or ex-lover's new fiance out of their life at all. Like, it's a mutual understanding thing.
Of like, oh yeah, cool.
And that was really good. I'm very happy that
Also,
happened.
they have a great new dog.
The six-legged one.
With antennae. That was adorable.
The shrinking and growing stuff was great. Maybe we'll get to see.
I was on the edge of my seat for a lot of this, and you got. I'm just gonna keep going on about how adorable the ants are.
The ants were, like I said, the ants steal the scene. Anthony was a great character.
Crazy ants, man.
They're crazy.
Crazy ants.
Oh man.
They're electric.
Well, now, it's also fair to say this movie wasn't flawless. It had a couple of things that...
Somewhat racist caricatures.
Yeah, Scott's criminal buddies are all kind of...
Very racist
kind
caricatures.
of really racist caricatures, and that kind of sucks. Especially, I I enjoyed Louise, but there were a lot of scenes where I was like, I don't feel comfortable with how this guy's being portrayed sometimes. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm okay with it to the extent. This is an okay with consideration. I'm okay with it to the extent that it filled in their backstories without going too much into detail.
Okay, yeah. I just wish they didn't have to fall back on stereotypes so much, but...
But we did find out that Louise, in fact, was probably able to knock that one guy out.
Oh yeah, Louise was that's the thing.
He's a powerhouse.
Like, why it wasn't horribly offensive, like it wasn't Michael Bay levels of offensive, was that Louise is still a capable and, helpful person.
All three of his goons are...
Yeah, really all three of the other guys.
Goons is a really weird term.
Goons is such a weird word.
This is a good connotation of goon.
See, for me, whenever I think goon, I think of snow goons. Cause
snow goons.
Oh, it's a Calvin and Hobbes reference. There's
okay.
Yeah, that's where I go. But yeah, whatever. I mean, that sucked. I honestly think that their explanation for why Evangeline Lilly couldn't just be Wasp or put on the Ant-Man suit was kind of half-assed.
I kind of bought
it. It made sense. Eventually.
I bought it as someone from a broken home.
Okay. I can see that.
Knowing what lengths a parent will go to protect their child, I know exactly the feeling that he was going through.
That Hank had and why he...
And it comes specifically from losing someone.
That said, I can't wait to see her as Wasp in the next installment, because she was a bamf.
I don't like Wasp, and I'm looking forward to Wasp for the first time in my life.
It's because Evangeline Lilly's bamf. She is a very attractive bamf.
Let's cut most of her hair off, make it short and spiky and cute.
You like the more modern Wasp look,
Yeah, sure.
than the classic bob. I like the bob cut.
I only say because it would be easier to cosplay.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, I see what you... Hey,
it's a Marvel lady I like!
A Marvel lady you like? That's like... There aren't many of those, so...
There's Storm and Kitty.
What about Peggy Carter?
I like Peggy too.
Yeah.
And Sharon.
So yeah, both...
Neither of those is really cosplayable.
God, I hope they give Sharon a good part in the next Cat movie.
Ant? No,
it was just lint. Now you're gonna...
In the shape of ants.
You're hoping that you'll find ants at this point.
I have peonies outside. It's not gonna be hard.
There were not many... I don't feel like there were a lot of problems with this movie. Like, I feel like those were the two big ones. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it.
This is the point. This is the point where I say if you're trying to look for a scientific explanation to exactly explain why you don't like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you actually have to go in and realize that everything they're doing in this movie, except for the bad guy. Yellow Jacket costume, it's actually relatively scientifically feasible.
This is probably the least BS science I've seen in...
Because the miniaturization, the cataclysm that can occur from that is actually feasible.
Yeah, that seemed feasible. The various species of ant and
the subatomic rapid deceleration and stuff. The different species of ants. We only got introduced to 4.
They were all great, though.
You got bullet ants, carpenter ants,
crazy
ants, and the other one, who I can't remember off the top of my head. It had a name. But
yeah, it was...
I loved them all.
It was really fun. I really loved this movie. Oh, the post-credit sequences were also super...
Stay until the credit roll ends.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll say this.
We're putting that in
I'm
at the beginning of the video.
I know, but I am gonna say this. Most of this entire movie is a feel-good movie for me, but that part at the end, that very last credit sequence was a stab me right in the heart post-credit sequence. So, yeah. Thanks, Marvel. Actually, dope. Seriously, thanks. I really hope that your next movie is good. Please don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on? You gonna be okay? I don't know if I'm gonna be okay.
I'm very happy that they kept most of it under wraps.
Yeah.
Um,
There were a lot of surprises.
I had the problem. I have this thing where I don't like watching trailers, and the only trailer I will watch is anything in the theater before something airs.
Right.
Because what am I gonna do? No, that's not comfortable. But I didn't see the TV ads, so Falcon wasn't spoiled for me.
Yeah, Falcon was unfortunately spoiled for me by the ads, but it was his part in the movie was great, so I can't complain. This is one of the I would put this on my higher spectrum of the good Marvel movies.
I need to completely rethink my order of favorite Marvel movies now, because I'm pretty sure this hits the top 3.
Well, maybe that would be a good video for us to do later, would be us ranking the Marvel movies.
Before Civil War happens?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
I need to watch Hulk.
Yeah, I guess you do. It's a harmless movie. I don't think you're gonna hate it. I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. But
I'm gonna scour the internet for a plush ant now. I hope you're happy.
I kind of am.
Otherwise, I will make a plush ant out of vinyl.
That sounds even more fun, actually. So yeah, long story short,
3-foot long one.
This was a case where the movie definitely met our expectations, so that was really good.
Exceeded!
Yay! So this is another edition of Before and After.
And this is me saying, ha, I told you so.
I'm Nick Izumi.
I'm Rena Innocenti.
And remember, keep on spocking
in the free world.